Season of Seraph and its epilogue is here. And with that, Lightfall is just around the corner. With that in mind, there's a lot of stuff that happens in this epilogue mission, as well as the cutscene. Spoilers are ahead, so make sure if you have not completed this mission already, that you go ahead and do it for yourself before listening to me rant about it. And that's what this video is. So again, I would implore you to take this with a grain of salt, because I am just a Destiny player like everyone else. If that is not clear, I don't know how much clearer it could be. And, I'm just here to have fun. And I will be making some more guides again as we get closer to Lightfall, especially for newer players who do not have the benefit of knowledge that some players like me do. There's a lot going on in this mission, and there's certainly a lot going on in the Destiny universe right now. So, if you log in Tuesday Reset as of Valentine's Day, which happy Valentine's Day, lovers, and if you find yourself single this Valentine's Day, just know that Aramis and her House of Salvation are looking for members. So, if you're feeling lonely, go ahead and contact Aramis, or I can do it for you, and we'll get you in there. But hopefully, Mithrax has already swooned you, and anyways. In this mission, you are asked to do the unthinkable, but also what is necessary to help save humanity once again from the clutches of despair. And Aramis, as you can see in this fight, is attempting to activate protocol apparent Aramis is attempting to activate Abhorrent Imperative, which is a protocol that Clovis Bray implanted into Rasputin to destroy the Traveler. Not only to destroy the Traveler, but also to essentially make him the strongest person in the solar system, because without the Traveler, Rasputin would become the most powerful entity, at least in our solar system anyways, thus making Clovis the owner and the progenitor of said Warmind. Essentially, it was just a way for Clovis to assassinate the most prodigious life form in the solar system to become the most prodigious after assassinating the Traveler. However, it didn't work out that way. If you play the mission or you simply just watch the cutscene, the Guardian is able, with the help of Rasputin and Anna Bray, to stop Aramis dead in her tracks and yet again foil her plans to take revenge upon the Great Machine. Now, this is actually kind of sad if you've followed along with Aramis' story. Of course, she's been through quite a lot, and so have the Elixni, but some of them have decided to stick by the Traveler, even despite the fact that it left them at Reese, which is their former homeworld, and now Traveler's here, so are the Fallen, or at least some of them anyways, and some of them have decided to help Aramis in trying to take revenge on the Traveler, where others have seen the light and have decided to join Mithrax in an effort to unite with the Guardians and again reunite with the Traveler in an attempt to bring about a more peaceful solution to the current conflict going on between the light and the darkness. But how do we eventually solve this issue? Well, Aramis and House Salvation, by the time we arrive here, we are unable to stop the firing sequence of the war sats, which is very unfortunate because the only way to stop the Traveler from essentially getting blasted is to self-destruct Rasputin and all of the war minds connected to him. So we achieve that by uploading Rasputin via the Pillory Engram to the network and eventually activating his self-destruct initiative, which allows the Warsats to be destroyed before Aramis has the chance to get her shot off. Now, with the death of Rasputin, it does leave humanity a little bit more vulnerable than you think. However, if you remember Xivu Arath's plan and how she, in the first place, was going to initially take over Earth and its adjoining planets, and essentially the solar system as well, was using the Warsats. That's right, she was going to turn the Warsats against us, not by using them on us, but rather by us using them in general, because if we had used them, Xivu Arath would have been knocking on our doorstep, and, well, needless to say, things wouldn't have gone well. We would have been Torabottled, and that's essentially how Xivu Arath gets her power in the first place, right? She uses weapons of mass destruction, such as the Warsats, or at the very least, some form of fighting, to then appear via the Ascendant Realm and rain down death on her opponents. Any measure of war or battle is how Xivu Arath can be summoned, and the great Awoken Queen, Marasov, who is anyways, she saw through this deception, and eventually it was decided that Rasputin would not use the war mines to attack, rather they would use them to defend, or essentially do nothing at all, which is what was happening up until Aramis had gained control of the network. And that plan was going to work, except it didn't. So, with Rasputin now gone, and no war mine here, it's believed that we can stand up to our opponents despite not having one of the most powerful entities out there. And, to be completely honest, it seems true. With the united forces of the Cabal under Keitel, the fallen under House Light and leader of that house, Kel Mithrax, and his daughter, Scribe of House Light, Ido, not to mention the Dark Vanguard, right? Eris, Elsie Bray, and the Drifter. You also have the Awoken out there, of course the Guardians, as well as the Vanguard itself. You have a strong, united force to fight the Witness. And although it's still going to be scary, it's still very much possible that the Guardians can flip the script that the Stranger, the Exo-Stranger, has seen so many times and avoid yet another collapse. And, well, there was actually something very interesting that I will note that happens in the dialogue when you get the final message from Rasputin, essentially his dying words. And it does indeed tell us what we already know because of spoilers and trailers and whatnot, that of course Neomuna does exist, and Rasputin has already done some work to reveal the secrets of this Neptune city to Osiris because of his raging curiosity about this city, in which he saw Savathun, or at least he saw via Savathun's memories. And he talks about an object called the Veil. Now, in early Destiny 1 concept art, there was a race called the Veil, and they had an extremely adept connection to the darkness. Now, I have no clue what this object is. It's clearly got something to do with the Traveler. Rasputin states that, and we can assume that might even be why he came to our solar system in the first place, is for this object. Now, could it be good for the Traveler? Could it be something that perhaps leads to his demise or its demise? No one knows. So again, we're eventually going to go to Neomuna, well, in 2 weeks, and see what's up. Now, the veil may pertain to Strand. Again, it may have something to do with the Traveler itself. Maybe it's how it was created. Who even knows? But it's clear that Neomuna will not only hold the secrets of Strand, but it will also hold secrets to the Traveler. So, again, a lot happens in this mission, and there's a lot to come in Lightfall. Let me know what you guys think about this mission. I love this type of stuff. It gives you a lot of hype for the next season and the next expansion, and it, it reminds us all that this game is definitely alive and kicking, and is plenty exciting to be a fan again of this game currently and for years to come. There's, again, this expansion will not only mark a very fun time in the game with all these changes, a new subclass, new area to explore, but also seasons as we know them are changing beyond our recognition. So again, we will have an opportunity to play this game in a fashion we have never played it before. Not to mention a lot of changes coming to crafting, to build crafting, so on and so forth. And again, just a very, very exciting time to be a fan of this game. And yes, I say a lot of good things about this game, and that's just because right now it's time to be excited. It's time to enjoy the hype. I think you need to enjoy the hype a little bit before an expansion like this comes out. You don't want to obviously over hype yourself, because you will set yourself up for failure and eventually disappointment. And that's just being human sometimes. However, I think with this expansion and the season and year to come overall, that hype is warranted. And that doesn't mean I think this game is by any means perfect. It is heading in the right direction though, and at least from what we've heard. Now the implementation of what we heard is something completely different, right? Execution is very different from, just talking about these plans and theorizing, or not theorizing, but, essentially just talking, right? We've heard a lot of words and a lot of promises from Bungie, and we'll just have to see if they come through. So again, if you have not, please subscribe. It helps me out a lot. It lets me know that you guys are enjoying this content. If you could also leave a like let me know that you like these types of videos as well. Please also let me know in the comments, and I'll be seeing you guys more and more on this channel as we get closer to Lightfall. But for now, enjoy your time away from Destiny.